Welcome back to our course on PSE 15. In this section we're going to look at making adjustments for skin tone. The typical situation we'll be dealing with normally when we're doing this is one where we have one or more people in a picture, and the first thing we've got to do is to identify in the picture which is the skin. On this particular picture it's just a headshot of an individual person, but it's still necessary to tell PSE what the starting point for the skin tone adjustments is. The way we're going to do this is using one of the options on the Enhance menu. On the Enhance menu we have Adjust Color, and from Adjust Color there are many of the color adjustments that we're going to use in this and the next few sections, and one of them is Adjust Color for Skin Tone. Note the link through there to the help information as usual, but the basic procedure is this. You click on the skin of any person in the image. In fact, there's only one person in this image, and then what Elements will do is to adjust the entire photo to improve the color of skin. Now in doing that it will affect the color of other objects as well. But let's have a first pass at this. Let me just click on this gentleman's skin, middle of his forehead. You have to look very carefully here because these are pretty subtle effects. So let's try the middle of his forehead. If when PSE makes the color adjustment it's going to make, it doesn't achieve the effect that you want, you can apply one or more of the sliders. So for instance, let's suppose I wanted to give him a bit more of a tan. I'm going to overdo this so that it's clearer for you to see. But the top slider is the one that affects the amount of brown in the color of his skin. So let's give him a good tan. Let's move that slider a long way over to the right. And I really think that's quite a heavy enough effect for you to see the tan that he's been given. If I want to give more red in his skin, a bit more of a blush, maybe make him look a little bit sunburnt, I can slide this one over to the right as well. Now, if at any stage I decide that that's not what I want and I want to start again, there's a reset button. Make sure you have the preview checkbox checked here because that's the one that makes sure that you can preview the effect of what you've done. Let's reset the image again. Now once you've done the reset you have to sample again. I'm going to sample the same point roughly on his forehead. This time I'm going to make him even less tanned, paler skin, but I'm going to make him more red. Again you can see the effect there. It's quite subtle but quite noticeable as well. In doing this, if it helps to achieve the effect you want to help, you can change the color of the ambient light as well, from the cold blue end to the warm red end. Again, I'm really overdoing that, but again you can see the effect of varying the ambient light within the image. At this stage I'm only previewing the change, of course, and it won't actually be enacted on the image until I click OK, and then that change is made. And of course I've got an undo button if I want to start again. There is also a guided edit for adjusting colour for skin tone. I suggest you take a look at that. But that's the end of this section. I'll see you in the next one.